Okay, I'm going to take a few minutes here to talk to you about the urinary system. Well, for the urinary system, it's a relatively simple system, but very important system. So you have the aorta and the vena cava, the blood system behind it, and then that is going to go into your kidneys. So there's a huge amount of blood that goes in your kidneys. And your kidneys are held against your, like the back thoracic cavity, by fat. So there's a fat pad that holds your kidneys up against your back. And that's why any injury to the back or side and can be life-threatening. On the top of the kidneys, you have the adrenal gland. That's an endocrine gland. And then below this, you have the ureter, the bladder, urethra. Okay. So if you're thinking about the kidney, the kidney's main function is just to filter and create urine. And it does that with the use of a nephron. So a nephron is just a very complex, let me find it. So a nephron is just like this. Okay, it is this network of, you have a blood vessel next to it, and then you have the nephron. The nephron is your functional unit. It does the work of the organ. It's your homeostasis. The job of the nephron is to keep the concentration, is really to control the concentration of whatever is in urine to remove from the blood. So you could find sugars in there if you're diabetic and things like that. And then the wall of the nephron is even more complex. So I find my simplest one. Okay. So in the kidney, you're cleansing the blood of toxins and you're transforming the waste into urine. So this is my kidney over here on the left. And then you have these renal pyramids. And then these are going to drain into these calyces. And then your urine collects. Now, you have about 1 million nephrons in each pyramid. So this is a nephron. You have about 1 million of those in a pyramid, which is like insane. So this is a tiny, tiny, tiny thing, microscopic thing. You wouldn't be able to see it when you cut the kidney open even, but it does such an important function. So along the way, everything gets pushed out, and it just moves along. Then along the way, some things get put back in the blood. So some things like water need to go back in. Some other electrolytes, maybe some calcium and some sodium. And you're going to reabsorb water until you get to this part where now it's going to collect in the renal tube and urine. That's probably something that there's a lot to it. But the main parts of, and you can pause this and take a picture of this or just look at this screen really in depth. The job of the nephron is to filter, right? And then what's going to happen is things are going to go back in the loop of Henle over here. And then some things are going to go out of the blood again. Okay. And then you're going to go in the collecting tube where some water will leave, but then the rest is going to be your urine. Now, does it get more complex in there? Absolutely. Okay, but do you need to know that? I don't think so. Okay. So if I move back to here, you have 2 kidneys. You can survive with 1 kidney. The ureter is a muscular tube, okay, that does peristalsis. It moves the liquid slowly down here. Don't think of it as an open tube. And then it's going to reach the bladder. The bladder stretches, okay. As the bladder stretches, that tells your nervous system, the bladder is stretching. We're getting a little tight here. So that sensation of needing to urinate comes from the bladder stretching. And there's the urethra, and the urethra is the opening to the outside world. So for women, the urethra is shorter. For a male, it's a lot longer because it has to go through the penis. Some issues with this system would definitely be kidney stones. Okay. Another one would be, it's a long word, but it really means like kidney failure. Glomerulonephritis. Okay. UTI, those would be probably the most common issues with your system. But the key thing here is that kidney failure, if the kidney fails, you really don't have that much time. You have to do something called dialysis, which will clean your blood for you. But you need to get a new kidney. You cannot get by with no kidney function. And that's the fast track of this system.